Hello guys, welcome back to another fragrance video. So today's video is about a topic called fragrance addiction, and I believe some people, or maybe most of the people, can relate to this problem, or some people may even consider it an illness. Yeah, if you have your family members, they might see your fragrance addiction and collection as an illness rather than a hobby, because this is the kind of addiction that you can never stop, or it's very hard to stop it. You can say this is like addiction to any other drug, or like alcohol or cigarette. And some people may have an addiction, like for ladies it might be bags, or it might be shoes, and some people have an addiction for watches. So fragrance addiction is just like any other addiction, but the thing you have to understand is fragrance is a luxury, it's not a necessity. So I want to give this small piece of advice to all those young kids, or people who are loving fragrances and want to build a fragrance collection, to not fall for any fragrance hype, or stop buying blindly. Don't follow all these like influencers who give, including myself, don't blind buy stuffs just to build up a collection, and finally you will end up with a huge collection of perfumes that you may not even love. And coming to my case, I also started getting more into fragrance. I think it was like 3 years before. Before that, I used to have a small collection, maybe like three or four fragrances. But once I started watching YouTube, I joined Facebook groups of fragrances. My collection started piling up. And yeah, you when there is something that you love so much, particularly fragrances, you will be spending your hard-earned money on fragrance rather than any other thing. Like you may not care about even clothes. You will spend that money on fragrances. So the thing is, we watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of these top 10 fragrance reviews, and in Facebook groups, people will be posting or hyping fragrances up, and naturally, you will end up buying fragrance. And the behind this addiction is, you can't be happy with any amount of fragrances. It's always chasing the next best thing. And from my experience, the same thing has happened with me. Like I watch a lot of videos, and I fall in love with a fragrance. It might be the brand, it might be the bottle, it might be the presentation, and even without smelling the fragrance and seeing the hype around that fragrance, I will order it. And one more thing is finding the best price. You will end up buying a fragrance even if you don't want it, just because the fragrance is on offer, like 30%, 40%. You see these discounter sites coming up with all kinds of offers, and there are these influencers who will be promoting these offers in their page. So naturally you'll be thinking, oh, I got this much deal on this fragrance, I will blind buy this. And then you will end up buying this, and you will be hoarding up your collection. So the thing is, you should be alert if this addiction is taking a negative toll in your life. So that's why I want to tell you, like, you need to really buy fragrances that resonates with you, not because someone else loves it, someone else is hyping it up, or someone else is like praising the fragrance in groups. And and another thing I want to say is, most people enjoy the process of getting a fragrance rather than like building up a collection. Including myself, I can say it's the process of getting a new fragrance that gives me the high. It's like you learn about a fragrance, you check all the notes, you check the perfumer, you check the brand. These are there are a lot of attractive things about a perfume. Like in the journey you will be learning about the different fragrance notes, the perfumers, the history of a brand. So and there are n number of fragrance brands. That's what I learned about in this journey. Be it designer, be it niche, every day I am discovering new brands in this hobby. So with this much brands, and each brand has perfumes and they have flankers and flankers to them, and another flanker comes up. So this is a never ending journey. So if you ever think you have bought all the fragrances and you have a solid collection, then again the next thing comes up. So this is a never ending journey. And so these are the things I just wanted to share from my experience. Yeah, so chasing the fragrance, and and the thing is, once you get all this fragrance, you might be blind buying a lot of fragrance. Once you get them, you will sniff this fragrance. You are very excited to open the package. You will be wearing it for a couple of days, and then what next? That's the question. And I think this question everyone in the fragrance community can relate. What is the next fragrance now I have to buy? So my only advice is, no matter how much these influencers rave about their collection, they must be having some other financial backup. Like I'm not a person with so much of financial backup to hold fragrances, like do daily holds of item fragrance. So they must be using their credit cards to buy these fragrances. There must be some kind of investment, because it's a job for them. And for me, this is not a job. I'm not someone who reviews fragrances on a daily basis. I have a collection of maybe around like 150 fragrances. Yeah, that itself is a huge amount. Or maybe, yeah, it must be around 150, I guess. And some of my perfumes, I think a small collection is back in India as well. So I have always thought about this addiction and hobby, and some people, even your family members, they will consider it as some kind of mental illness. Yes, because the fragrances keeps coming in the mailbox, and they will think it's some kind of a weird thing is going on with you, or you need some kind of treatment. I think we fragheads need to have some kind of de-addiction center as well. Yeah, that's a truth. I think many people who are in this hobby can relate. Those people who are married, and even your wife will be complaining about your fragrance addiction, and complaints about that. Or maybe your parents will be complaining or asking you why do you want this much fragrances. But they don't realize this is a kind of an addictive hobby, just like any other kind of addiction. So everyone need to have a reality check. The thing is, you don't fragrance are a luxury, it's not a necessity. So you don't want this much fragrances in your life. So my only advice is, buy only those fragrance that you really want. No matter how much we influence you or give you those top lists, or how much we rave about a fragrance, you need to test the fragrance first, going to a mall or ordering the sample, and you need to spend time with it, and then make your purchase decision. Of course, you can refer to our videos and our suggestions. You can check it out, but never blind buy any fragrance. See, you can see my fragrance collection there. That's a one like a small rolling table I have, and I have other fragrances as well. I'll just show. Yeah, so this is some part of my collection here. Yeah, so you don't want this much fragrances. And with huge amounts of fragrances, it can also become challenging to select one fragrance to wear on a daily basis. If you have like 3 4 fragrances, it's very easy to select your fragrance as well. Also, you need to be careful about your finances. As you know, fragrance is an expensive hobby, and yeah. And coming to me, I started the channel not just to keep reviewing fragrances or nothing like that. I want to give the best suggestions from my collection, what I have tested from the fragrances in my journey, the fragrances I had sniffed. I also buy a lot of fragrance samples, and nowadays I make sure that I will only buy a fragrance that really resonates with me. So this is kind of an addictive hobby. Don't fall for the trap of these fragrance influencers or YouTube reviewers, because your nose is the best judge of what you love, not anyone else. You can watch the videos, get the information, and then you need to test and buy the fragrance. So I just want to share these little things, because there have been cases where people have completely lost their mind in fragrance collection, and they uh, and some people get anxiety problems, some people have a breakdown. So this is just like any other addiction, like alcohol or cigarettes. So I just wanted to share these things with you. Stop chasing the next fragrance. Be happy with whatever you have, even if it is a collection of 4 or 5 fragrances. Keep using them. Never hoard fragrances. Keep smelling good. And yeah, that's it, guys. I just wanted to make this video. I was thinking about it from a short amount of time. So, so that's the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll be back with another fragrance video. Till then, bye.